जिंदा खुदा से दिल जो लगाते तो खूब था जिंदा.
I have been very kindly lent one by our Muslim friends, so thank you. How's that for religious cooperation? Genesis, verse 1. In the beginning, when God created the heavens and the earth was a formless void, and darkness covered the face of the deep, while a wind from God swept over the face of the waters. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw that the light was good, and God separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day. And God said, "Let there be a dome in the midst of the waters, and let it separate the waters from the waters." So God made the dome, and separated the waters that were under the dome from the waters that were above the dome. And it was so. God called the dome sky, and there was evening, and there was morning, the second day. And God said, "Let the waters under the sky be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. God called the dry land earth, and the waters that were gathered together he called seas. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the earth put forth vegetation, plants yielding seed, and fruit trees of every kind on earth that bear fruit with the seed in it." And it was so. The earth brought forth vegetation, plants yielding seed of every kind, and trees of every kind bearing fruit with the seed in it. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the third day. I'll now call upon Lawrence Fraser, representing the Mi'kmaq community.
Kwe, Sego, Skananoa, from my Mohawk teachers. Peace from my heart to you. I have a prayer from that's passed on to me, and I think it's called a universal prayer. Chief Dan George from out west, where a lot of our prayers are and our medicines are shared right across the land. O Great Spirit, whose voice I hear in the wind, and whose breath gives life to all the world, hear me. I come to you as one of your many children. I'm small and weak, and I need your strength and courage. May I walk in beauty and never behold a red and purple sunset. Make my hands respect the things that you have made, and my ears sharp to hear your voice. Make me wise, so that I may know your teachings and the lessons you have hidden under every leaf and rock. Give me the strength, Great Spirit, not to be superior to my brothers and my sisters, but to fight my greatest enemy, myself. So when life fades like the setting sun, my spirit will come to you without shame, to hope. I hold a sweetgrass from the teachings of my grandmother. You know, she always said, the grass is always stepped on, and the wind and the rain and the snow, but it always grows back up. And the teachings of the sweetgrass is, when somebody does you an injustice, you say a prayer for them. Maladio.
Thank you, Lawrence. I now call upon Gurdeep Singh Jolly, representing the Hindu faith.
I'm going to speak the Gayatri Mantra. It's a very small Hindu prayer, and originated in Sanskrit, which is not a spoken language in India at the moment. So let me read first in Sanskrit, then I'll do the translation in English. The Gayatri mantra goes something like this: Om Bhur Bhava Swa Tat Savitra Varnyam Bhargo Devasya Dimai Diyo Yona Putravat. It means, O God, the giver of life, remover of pains and sorrows, bestower of happiness, and creator of the universe, thou art most luminous, pure, and adorable. We meditate on thee. May thou inspire and guide intellect in the right direction. Short prayer and to the point. Thank you.
We are about to begin the formal presentations from the representatives of each of the groups. I would like to remind you that on your desk in front of you is an envelope which contains the program, also a feedback card which we would ask that you fill out, and a question card for the portion of the program after the formal presentations, when if you have questions to ask of any of the presenters, you may write your question on the card. They will be gathered by representatives here in the forum, and we will ask the questions and you will hear the replies. So our first presenter will be Lawrence Fraser. He will speak about world peace from the First Nations perspective.
Gwe. My name is Lulan in Mi'kmaq, and I was born here in Unama'ki. Unama'ki is land of the fog in our language, and or people of the dawn is another name. And my spirit's name is Nujialik, Nutkoltigiok, which I earned through teachings of doctrines and helping people, helping children. And then what it means is, Nujialik, Nutkoltigiok means keeper of the youth. When my teachers came down this way because there was so many suicides and things that were happening with our young people, I got a little more involved because I too seen so much pain all around in growing up in a First Nation community, and I feel this was a direction that I was called to. Like I said before, my grandmother was one of my best teachers, and I always looked at her. I always remember the back of her head when I go to her place and stay there, because it was a safe place, and because there was so much dysfunctional in the families and in my relatives, and I've seen so much alcohol, and my grandmother's was against it, and it was a safe environment. And today, when you go in my yard, there are 2 teepees, and that represents the grandmother's skirt. When you're in there, all the poles represent the teaching and the 4 directions, 4 colors of man, and the grandmother will protect you even from your own, and spoil you even from your own parents. And that's history for me. Also in my yard, I have a sweat lodge, and this is the way we practice our journeys to spirituality. And there's so many. Everybody has a problem. There's not a man and woman in this world who doesn't run into a situation. And sometimes they come to the end of their situation. And I'm on an addiction counselor in my community for the last 20 years. But I make traditional part of my work. And when people have issues, like if we have talking circles and somebody has an issue, there'll be so many different answers, and someone will benefit from them, but there's always options. Usually before I start a talk, I usually have a prayer, but I already had a prayer. But I was going to talk a little bit about the drum. I brought a drum with me because it's very sacred to me. My father used to play the drum and chant our prayers through the drum. We honor the hide that's made from there. When we go harvesting, we offer tobacco, which is one of our medicines. The sweetgrass is another medicine. Sage, flagroot. There's so many other medicines like cedar, and we use them in our teachings. When we have a sweat, we use water, flagroot, sweetgrass, and cedar. When we have fresh water in the grandfathers, I was explaining it there with some of our speakers here, that the grandfathers are heated up, and they're putting the sweat lodge, which represents the womb of Mother Earth. We are the two-legged of Mother Earth. And Ilnu means human being that walks on Mother Earth. So when you say Ilnu, that's not only Indian, it's human being that walks on Mother Earth. And these are some of the teachings from my elders. So when we put that grandfathers and the splasher together, I've had children in there that leave their puffers outside and breathe the vapors in the womb of Mother, because she needs us most now because she's wounded. We have to, as my teachings, our teachings are. I'm the red man, and I gotta look after Mother Earth. That's my. The white man has to look after the air. The black man looks after the water. The yellow man looks after the fire. And that's why we have different colors, man. And sometimes in our beadworks, you see all these colors in the circle. The circle is also sacred. There's no beginning. There's no end. We are, sometime in that circle, we're all connected. Just like Mother Earth, we're connected and grounded to Mother Earth. So when we're given 10 minutes, I don't wear a watch, John. So when we go driving, I also have my grandchild say, "When are we going to get there?" So all children are like that. They're no different, you know. And I don't use time because it's a stressor. I know it's a part of life. If we didn't have stress, then we'd be dead, I guess. But anyway, I'd like to honor a little song. You know, when we get up in the morning, I offer tobacco to Mother Earth for another day, for surviving another day, and offer tobacco for my children, for my neighbors, for all the healers that are here, and just to be. I count my blessings and not my hardships. And when we honor the sun, I remember the sun dancers that I support all the time. They go out there and they'll have that 4 days and 4 nights without food and water. And I've done that. And it's surprising what your spirit can do for you. It can give you the strength, or it can destroy you if you let it. And that's the same with the sweat lodge. When you come in, I always talk to people and say, you know, don't let fear control you. If you do, you're letting it. But it's like people have a fear of darkness, maybe even closures. Maybe they have unresolved abusive issues. But we talk to them before they come in and prepare. Because I've done that with 4 days in November. And after the 4 days when you prepare, then we go into spring water, even with the ice on the water, and you won't even get a goosebump. People came with blankets and so on. I said, oh, I'm all right.
जिंदा खुदा से दिल जो लगाते तो खूब था जिंदा